Hello from the floor. I couldn't find somewhere to hang this, so we are literally switching things up. I want to talk about my issue with the new NHS rainbow flag. There come the dislikes. So, Jesus. Please excuse any random framing changes. These bars here are holding you up. Many people might be aware that during the coronavirus pandemic, the symbol of NHS heroes has become the rainbow flag. And it may come as absolutely no shock to you that I'm not a huge fan of this. So the rainbow flag has been a big signature of LGBTQIA plus pride, or queer pride. It has been for a long time. It was originally designed by Gilbert Baker in 1978 to commemorate the LGBT community. And there used to be 8 stripes, there are now 6 stripes. It got revised and I can't really remember when or why, but now we have a 6-stripe rainbow flag. I talked about in a previous video what the colours mean, and I will link to that up there. But it basically commemorates the wholeness of the LGBT community, and it links together different parts of us as people. Now, the rainbow flag has been used to target queer folk for violence, attacks, homophobia, transphobia, etc. Basically, if you wear a rainbow flag, you can be targeted for being gay, or any of the other letters. They don't care about that. And that's a touchy subject, because I've been targeted for being gay, I've been targeted for being trans, and just wearing the rainbow flag takes guts when that is your history. And when I got my first rainbow flag, my dad was very much, I don't want this to be seen, don't display it in front of the house where other people can see, I don't want people thinking I'm one of those. And he's a good dude. Not that that makes him sound like a good dude. But it wasn't necessarily, well, I don't know. That's what was said. Let's not dive into that, shall we? And this is very much the same across every queer person's life. Because when we have things like Pride Month and organisations, largely banks and like Starbucks and places that can profit off of a Pride Month campaign, they turn their rainbow, no, they don't turn their rainbow's logo, they turn their logos rainbow, make loads of money by attracting gays, and then do very little for the people that come and attack us and attack them for having the rainbow flag. It has queer connotations wherever you go. But early on in the coronavirus pandemic, I don't know whose idea it was, and I'm not saying it's a bad one. It's actually a really wholesome idea. The idea was that you drew a picture of a rainbow, like an actual rainbow from the sky with clouds, and put that in your window so that key workers walking past would be like, ah yes, a rainbow, that's for me, hi. I love that idea. And ever so slowly, the rainbow became the symbol of key workers. Somehow mostly NHS workers, but all key workers fell under this. And that is wonderful, because right now we need solidarity more than ever. We need to recognise the heroes that are being underpaid, and the government is basically just screwing them over and sending them out as cannon fodder. Bad. And yes, absolutely, symbolise that. And even use a rainbow to symbolise that. However, don't use a rainbow flag, specifically our pride flag. Because what used to get me targeted for bullying, harassment, assault even, is now being flown by the very same people that were throwing that at me. So the people that beat me up for being gay are now flying a rainbow flag because NHS. It used to be a symbol of safety and family, so if a pub flew a rainbow flag in the window, you could take your partner there. You could go and be gay there. You could wear as many rainbows as you wanted there. If somebody gave you harassment in that pub, you felt slightly safer going to a bartender or the manager and saying, hey look, help. And they will help you out. But now the rainbow flag has been co-opted by the NHS. I don't even think it's the NHS doing it. I think it's just people who don't like gays and don't like the fact that we have a rainbow saying, ah yes, it's the NHS flag now. Hurts my brain. Don't repurpose our flag that has been used to target us for violence and harassment and hatred. Why? So I was scrolling through Facebook the other day and I came across an ad for window vinyl stickers, and they were just, you know, rainbow bands in the pride flag colours, specifically these 6 behind me. And I was like, oh look, lovely, pride window decals, and then in the middle of it it's just NHS. And absolutely do not get me wrong, I love the NHS. I have talked about many times how the NHS has been great and they've given me stuff and they, you know, keep me alive. That is absolutely not what I'm saying. I'm saying the NHS should have their own flag, which isn't repurposed from something that's been used to target hate towards people. I think maybe there's been many designs. I love the actual just rainbow on maybe a white background for a flag, or the blue stripes. It's like a gradient of blue stripes. You could have that as the NHS flag, even put an actual rainbow over the top of it, but not a pride flag. We don't do this to countries' flags, so why are we doing it to our pride flag? We don't want to have to find a new symbol for a safe zone where we can just exist without people saying gayness goes against God. Too many times, guys, too many times. Because the people that are now flying these rainbow flags are not pro-LGBT. And I don't understand why you would want to fly a pride flag if you are anti-LGBT. It blows my mind. So people that are now flying these rainbow flags on their flagpoles in their garden or in their businesses, but then don't accept trans folk, think there are only 2 genders and say it's Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. Why? Why would you want to? But that is also another reason why I'm starting to really prefer this flag. So this flag is called the Progress flag, and it basically recognises specifically the struggles of being queer, but also being trans and being a person of colour. And obviously I am not a person of colour. I do recognise my white privilege and definitely stand with our queer people of colour. And yes, 100%, this channel is Black Lives Matter. Queer Black Lives Matter. Black trans lives matter. All Black Lives Matter. Every single Black life matters. That is the view of this channel, and I think that definitely needs to be recognised within our community because it's an issue. I did talk about this in the first of this month's Pride Month videos. I'll put a card up there to what is intersectionality. There's some more importance of There's some more importance of white privilege in the queer community in that video. What I'm trying to say is I am absolutely in love with the idea that we are finally recognising NHS care workers, nurses, doctors, people that work in care homes, people that work on tills in shops, people that have often been looked down as, you know, that's not a real job, that can't be a career, now being basically saviours of society and the economy, because without them, what would we have done? We would have suffered badly. And yes, have a flag that commemorates them because, oh god, they need it. They definitely need it. But it does not need to be a pride flag. I think using the rainbow as a signature of hope is fantastic. It is kind of what they did in the Bible with Noah and the Ark, because God sent a rainbow to promise that this would never happen again. But he didn't send a pride flag, did he? So put that rainbow on a blue stripe flag or put it on a white background so that anybody can use it. Don't take away a big part of queer history. When I fly a rainbow flag in public, I am just a little bit scared. And seeing rainbow flags on people always made me feel a little bit more comfortable. But now every time I see a rainbow flag, I'm questioning whether or not they're a safe person. And if I go too close to them, if I hold my partner's hand, will they say something? That's not what the rainbow flag is for. That's never been what it's meant for. So I'm going to leave it there. Don't forget to like this video. If you have any comments, please leave them down in the description below. I would love to have a chat about this more with anybody. Just make sure that you're being polite and not just yelling at me because you disagree with me, because that is a thing recently. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Ring that notification bell so you get notified every single time I post a new video. Videos go up every Saturday at 6 PM UK time with at least one bonus video every single month. Except for this month, which is Pride Month. There will be 2 videos every single week. Wednesday at some point and Saturdays at 6. See ya!